Progress.
September, Rabbi Furst.
Okay. Good morning again. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Samanapsi, in Yerushalayim Kiryat Zoom. This is our first share this morning, and we are beginning our Marami Prague. We're in, I think we've got to page number 2, paragraph number
We're on 12.
number 12, correct.
Yeah, that looks like what I have also.
Good. Okay, who'd like to read? Mary or Lou? Who was like interested in these?
I'll do it. Aval, Moshe, Shehu, Haya, Yachid.
Yachid. Moshe Rabbeinu was also Yachid, and Yachid means he was unique. Right? He was unique.
Unique. Moshe, that he was unique. Lo Haya, Kemo Hu, Ze, Lo Kasha, Ki Moshe, Lo Haya, Echad, Min Ha Avos, V'haya Adam, Parti, U Mitzi Teref, Mitzi Teref, El Sha'ar, Partin.
Mitzdarf, El Shar Pratim. Mitzdarf means to combine El Shar Pratim with other detail, with other particulars. Okay, let's see. Okay, so he's making. We previously were learning about Avram Avinu, and for the same reasons it applies to Yitzchak Avinu and Yaakov Avinu. Yet they being the Avos, they being unique, being the essence, the shorest, the source of the continuation of their spiritual and physical legacies in this world. So therefore, anything that they would have done would have long-range effects on the Klal Yisrael. And if any corrective measures had to be taken, so that would require sometimes many great changes and occurrences to Klal Yisrael. So now the question is, well, what about Moshe Rabbeinu? Moshe Rabbeinu was also a Yachid, right? But nevertheless, we have to understand he was not on the same level of significance in terms of being a shorish, a source of the beginnings of Klal Yisrael as it was by the Avos.
Okay. Aval ha'avos enam nichlalim al hapanim klal. But the Avos were not
Nichalim included along with the children and all. The Avos were distinct and separate than their offspring. The Avos cannot be included in their children and their offspring.
Im hayam echad bilvado nimtza shehi bitchi tonim echad she'ein tzarich lehish lama v'hu ikar v'shoresh hakol. With if they were unique alone, we find that they were I don't know what this word is, chitonim.
I think that's betachtonim. אם היה אחד בלבדו, נמצא שהוא בתחתונים אחד, אין צורך להשלמה. כי הוא עיקר שורש הכל. That if it's going to be someone that is exclusively unique, אחד בלבדו, exclusively unique, שבתחתונים, that meaning he is in one of in one of the, it could be the latter generations, perhaps in one of the latter generations, that he's echad unique, and therefore he doesn't need hashlama, doesn't need any perfection, and that would make him to be a primary source of everything, primary source of everything. So a person would be unique in and of himself. That would make him a source. A primary source.
V'davar zeh lo timtza ki im bo yud tet shehu ikar hakol v'hu echad she'ein tzarich lehishalem להשלמה ולפיכך היו האבוס גימל ולא אחד. And this matter is not, it was not said because if there came, I don't know, what is this Yud Tet abbreviation?
That in bo that's usually it's yisbarach. Lo, it said whatever is there lo timsa ki im bo yisbarach hu ikar hakol. Right, this thing is only found by the Ribono Shalom. Who ikar hakol? He was the primary source of all. Who echad, and he is exclusively unique. Shein tzorech hashlama, doesn't need any perfection whatsoever.
And therefore, he is or they are the three avos. They're not unique.
No, it says since this singular uniqueness can only exist by a Kadosh Baruch Hu, there's nothing else that can be singularly unique except the Kadosh Baruch Hu, because nothing can have that inherent perfection which exists all by itself without any need for perfection. That only can exist by Kadosh Baruch Hu. Therefore, you have to have three avos. There were three avos. You could ask yourself, why wasn't enough one of the avos? Because the avos on their own, as perfect as they were, but they could not be singular and uniquely the whole source of Klal Yisrael. They needed to have three avos, because there's by a person, it's not shaykh, but the perfection that exists in its completeness that perfection only exists by Kadosh Baruch Hu, right? So therefore, you needed three avos, and it wasn't possible anything uh uh that we could only have one avos, one av. That's clear.
Um, yeah, I think so. Ki echad she'ein roi lehios echad bilvad. Since another ki acher she'ein roi, since no other one is going to be fitting to be unique alone. Since no other one besides Hashem is fitting to be unique. She'ein sava v'tachtonim roi she'yeh echad rak Hashem Yisbarach shehu echad v'leonim. That he doesn't. Sava is to think.
Shane Siba, there's no cause betachtonim roishe echad rakishem isbar who echad be'elyonim. It's not possible that there could be a cause of something to happen in this world that is coming from something unique or singularly unique, except from a Kadosh Baruch Hu. The only thing that could possibly happen coming from something which is perfectly singularly unique is something which comes from a Kadosh Baruch Hu.
And what is the last word? Ba'alionim?
The Elyonim, that he, Kadosh Baruch Hu, is echad, he is unique, he is singular, Elyonim, in the upper worlds. Elyonim from Aliyah. Elyonim is the upper worlds.
V'im chasava b'tachtonim echad hu chasar shekavar amarnu shetzarich lehashalem lehish lama hayu ha'avot shalosha. And if the cause in the world it is lacking that already we say that it's required that there be perfection. It is the three Avos.
Ve'im siba b'tachtonim echad hi chasekavar. That if there's going to be some type of causative factor which is occurring in this physical world, it has to be in some way deficient, as we already said. Therefore, since it's deficient, it needs to reach perfection. Hayu avos shlosha, and that came through the three Avos, the combined efforts and influence of Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak Avinu, and Yaakov Avinu, that brought about perfection. But it needed to be the combination of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov for things to occur. It wouldn't be enough for any one of them on their own that things should occur.
וזה מפני שהשנים נקראו שנים מפני השניאוס, וכל שניאוס אין בו אחדוס. Actus. And this because Hashenim is the second one.
וזה מפני שהשניים נקרא שניים, מפני שהשניוס וכל שניוס ein bo actus. And that's why like Hashnayim, meaning a pair, is called a pair, right? Why? Because when it comes to a pair, right, there's automatically a lack of actus. There's a lack of unity. A pair implies that each one is independent, but they're coexisting but independent. You have to see what he's going to do with this. I have to see here. So now he's going to explain the concept of the three Avos. Why do you need three Avos?
אבל בגימל אין בו שניאוס בעבור השלישי הנוסף המקשר אס השנים. But with three, there is not a pair. For the sake of three.
When it comes to three, it comes to three, ain't both shnias. There's no pair in three. Bavur hashlishi nosef mikesher shosnaim, because the third party coming to the two, he's strengthening the connection between the two by making three that strengthens the connection of the two as well.
ולכך נקרא גימל אבוס בעבור שהם מסחדים ליאוס אבוס ביחד לישראל ובשנים אין האחדוס רק שניאוס. Therefore, they're called three Avos because they I don't know this word, misachadim.
That they are unified.
They are unified to be Avos together with Israel, and the two are not united, except a shnios is as a pair.
Yeah, right, that you have, when you have two, right? The fact that you have two, right? That's the unification of those two being a pair. But there's not the actus which you have, the unity which you have when there's three.
Davar she haya savar achat ein roy sheyeh micholek b'shnius. And this thing that is the cause of the uniqueness is not fitting that it should be what is Micholeh?
Davar shu siba achas ein roy sheis mischalek b'shnayim. It's something which is a siba achas. It's a unified cause. It's not fitting that it should be split into two.
V'od ki shlosha hu yasod ha misaper kamo she nis ba'ar lamala. And furthermore, since three are a foundation, I don't know what misaper is.
Mispar is the numeral. You don't have, right, that ba'od ki shloshim yasod mispar, right? Three is a foundational number. It's a foundational number. Commotion is bar lamala. We explained before. Ki shloshi yasod mispar. Three is a foundational numeral. V'chein hayish shlosh avos yisod mispar. And therefore, the three avos are a foundational numeration of Yisrael for Klal Yisrael.
Mikomakom hare Avraham hu hatechilas hakol shehu harishon. And nevertheless, we see Abraham is initially everything. That he is since he sees the first.
Right.
Right. I'll excuse me. The nikra mitam ze echad kamo she'amar hakasuv ki echad karasav. And we see that we call from the reason for this uniqueness is like that we say that is said in the pasuk because he is called unique.
Right. Okay, good.
ומצד זה שהוא התחילה, יש כאן חסרון באברהם כמו שיסבער בסמוך. And from the perspective, from this perspective, that it is initially that there is here deficiency in Abraham, like that he
And based on the fact that Avram Avinu was the unique singular beginning of everything. So there's going to be that chesaron in Abraham, right? So therefore, if there's going to be that chesaron in Abraham in some way or another, lack of perfection, so that's going to affect everything, as we've explained previously. So here in the explanation that we have is that Avram Avinu being the source of everything, right? So it was inevitable any type of lack of perfection that was there in Avram Avinu, ever so slight as it may be. Nevertheless, it's going to have wide-ranging ramifications for his offspring after him, because he's in essence the unique source of all of it. And by definition, there has to be some type of deficiency, right? As we said, only Kadosh Baruch Hu is completely perfect without any deficiency whatsoever. So therefore, in order to correct for that deficiency, there had to be, in the case we're discussing now, had to be the Golus, the exile in Egypt.
Ukavar Amarnu Namala Ki Shlosha Yesh Bo Rosh V'Sof V'Emtza and already we say, they say, above, because there are three, there is in it a head and an end and a middle.
Right. When you have something when there's something which is, there are three, so therefore you always have a rosh, a beginning, and an end, and then something in the middle. That's characteristic of anything that's three.
Abraham shehu rishon neged rosh lechach zacha Abraham she yeh rosh v'nasi v'av hamon. And Abraham, that he is the head, the first, corresponding to the head. Therefore, the merit of Abraham, what is this abbreviation? Shehiyeh.
Yeah, he was Rosh. He was the beginning, the Nasi Ba'av Hamon, and he was the Rosh and he was the head, and the Nasi the leader, and the father Hamon of the people.
V'chol echad min gimel avos zacha l'davar miyuchad. And all that are unique from the Gimel, the three Avos, merit for this special status, miyuchad.
Yeah, yes, right. Therefore, the kol echad min hagimel avos zocher levad the davar miyuchad, right? And therefore, each one of the three avos were privileged to a specific and exclusive, something exclusive to them.
The mala miyuchedes. For on high, they are special.
No, the mala miyuched is for a specific or exclusive virtue. Each one of the avos, right, was privileged to a specific thing for a exclusive virtue.
He harosh ma'ala bifnei atzmo. Since the leading virtue is from himself.
That ki harosh mala mipnei atzmo, being a rosh, a source of something, that itself is a exclusive distinction.
V'hasheni mala bifnei atzmo. V'hagimel mala ba'atzmo. And the second one is a virtue in and of itself. And the third one is a virtue in and of itself. Umibnei ki hasheni hu shanui al harishon. And sin, because that the second one, it is different from the first one. Ulafichach hasheni hu neged hasof, and therefore the second one, it corresponds to the end. Ki hasof hu mishtana min ha his chala.
The end is different than what was there at the beginning. Shezet tchila is eso, because this is the beginning, this is the end. And you don't try and don't think that what exists at the end was there existing at the beginning. No, what existed at the beginning was essentially different than what came out ultimately in the end.
Aval hashlishi ein misneged ha'adraba hu mi'echad hakol. But the third is not, that does not correspond to ha'adraba. I don't know what ha'adraba is.
Says the third aspect is not in opposition. The third aspect is not oppositional. But adrab means in fact it's the opposite. Shumiyachidikol. The third aspect is what joins all together.
It's the unifying factor.
Right.
Ulefichach hashlishi neged ha'emtzai. And therefore the third one corresponds to
The middle part, the middle. Again, when you have three, you have the Rosh, the beginning, the Sof, the end, and you have that which is in the middle. So here, the third factor is which is corresponding to the middle, because that's what unites everything together.
me'echad shnei kitzavos, that the middle one from the first one is two kitzaos. I don't know.
Again, the shlish is neged the emtsoy. The third aspect is neged the middle part. Shemtsoy me'echad shnei kitziz. The middle has two kitzos, has two extremes, right? The middle, it's bounded on the middle part is bounded by both the beginning and the end. B'shol kach midas rachamim. Therefore, for this reason, we see that the midah of Avraham is chesed. Midah of Avraham is that of kindness. Midas Yitzchak is midas adin. The midah of Yitzchak is midas adin, judgment. Zeh hafech, they're opposites. The chesed of Avraham is an opposite to the midas adin of Yitzchak.
He hadin tzarich liradak le'omek hadin al besof ad besof. Since
because the din, that which is din, tzorach l'redes le'omek hadin adasov, because din is required that it goes to the depths of the judgment until the very end.
the chesed kasher ein yored l'sof hadavar nikra midas chesed, and kindness that when it does not go down to the end, the thing is called the characteristic of kindness.
Right. Meaning chesed, kashe ein yard l'sof davar, meaning chesed, you don't, you're not delving into the depths of something when you're dealing with chesed. Chesed is something which is doesn't require you to delve to the depths of the matter, right? As it is by din. Din requires you to delve to the absolute depth of the matter, whereas chesed doesn't require you to delve to the depths of the matter. Therefore, it's called chesed. Chesed by definition, it's something which is superficial. You're helping the person in a superficial way. The Yaakov negative tzoy. The Yaakov is corresponding to the middle aspect. Kamosha Amr Lamala, as I said before. Lakach minas Yaakov minas emes. Therefore, the midah of Yaakov is the midah of emes.
I thought Yaakov was the last one.
Right.
Why does it say he's the middle one?
Right. Even though he's in chronology he's the last, but in terms of the aspects, he's the middle joining aspect. He's the third aspect which joins the first aspect, which is Avraham, Avinu Chesed, and Yitzhak, the opposite extreme, which is Din.
He hames ein lo netia lo liyamin lo lismol. Because truth is not what's netia?
Cannot be inclined.
It's not inclined, not for the right, not for the left. It stays straight down the middle.
Right.
Yaakov, hu neged ha emtsai, she'ein lo yamin usmol. Therefore, Yaakov, he corresponds to the middle, that there is not in for him right or left. V'chol zera Yaakov zera emes, and all the offspring of Yaakov were offspring of truth. Shelo haya psulos bizarro. And there was not deficiencies in his offspring.
Right. Right. The Zera Emes, the offspring of Yaakov were called Zera Emes. There was no pasul, no flaw in any one of his offspring. Meaning, by Avinu you had Yishmael, and by Yitzhak you had Esau, but that you didn't see anything like that by Yaakov Avinu.
Aval Avraham v'Yitzchak haya psulos bizarim. But Avraham and Yitzchak, they had problems with their offspring.
Right. There were psolis meaning dross.
So we don't consider the brothers selling Yosef into slavery to be a puzzle?
No, no, not at all. The Shekhinah was mistarach with them. Even Mekadosh Baruch Hu was part of that plan. Just like you can't say there was any chesaron Asishom Mekadosh Baruch Hu, can't say there was any chesaron in the brothers all either.
But they were punished. There were the 10 martyrs.
Yeah, there still had to be. There was in perhaps the way they went about it, it was a bit too auxiliary. But in terms of what they did, what was necessary to be done, they had to do what had to be done. Might have been done in a way that was not the most kindest way to do it, but nevertheless, what had to be done had to be done. And for that, if there's any punishment, it was the punishment for the way they carried it out. Not that it was carried out; it had to be carried out. But the way that was carried out, that was the any type of wrongdoing. That doesn't mean there's a pasul, not a pasul. All the brothers of Yaakov Avinu, the Shiftikar, they're absolutely perfect, without flaw, and that doesn't exist by Avraham, doesn't exist by Yitzhak. Yitzhak had an Esav, and Abraham had a Yishmael. Okay. Okay, good. So that brings us to number 15. Yeah, number 15 for tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay, very good. Yeshakayach, Lou.
Baruch to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Lou. And we'll be back soon, shortly, with Mr. Brewer.